Okay, we are here for a very special event, ladies and gentlemen. I am your poorly aging, sarcastic, PC witty gamer. This is the Elder Scrolls Oblivion, like you've never seen it before. After 25 years of careful investigative study, I have unleashed a conspiracy. That's right. The events of Oblivion did not play out the way you think. They hid it from you. We'll get into that.
I was born 87 years ago.
Explains the wrinkles and the gray hair.
For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor.
Kinda.
But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams.
Nobody really is. Don't worry about it.
I have seen the gates of Oblivion.
We all have.
Beyond which no waking eye may see.
We've seen them unmastered, remastered,
Behold,
the whole bit.
In darkness, a doom sweeps the land.
No, Doom is a different video game series, also from Bethesda Publishing. But let's stick to this one game. Can anyone hear me over this loud music?
This is the 27th of last seed, the year of Akatosh 433.
Oh, I'm still writing 432 on my checks.
These are the closing days of the Third Era and the final hours of my life.
How do you know this? Bethesda Game Studios presents The Elder Scrolls IV. It looks nice. After all these years, they gave it an upgrade. Must have cost a fortune rebuilding an entire province. No. Don't go in there. You're going to get us. Oh, ouch. Is my nose bleeding? I have irrefutable proof that the death of the Emperor, it was an inside job. I know, shocking. And I'm sure you're saying to yourself, what is this proof? Well, we'll get to it. First of all, we could be an Argonian. This reptilian race, well suited for the treacherous swamps of its homeland, has developed natural immunities to poisons. They can breathe underwater and are good at picking noses. Locks. Now, if I was an Argonian, you hail from Amnesia. So, right away, they've changed from third person to first person, where the slavers of Morrowind are still active. The hide and seek, every time there was a raid, made you extremely quick and nimble. The hide and seek every time? Okay. Unfortunate wording. Thornmarsh, your birth region, is called the Jewel of the East. But behind that nickname lies a darker reality. You dabbled in Magic just to survive, and your quick wits allowed you to live until this day. Well, apparently it got me arrested as well. Now, Breton, in addition to their quick and perceptive grasp of spellcraft, Even the humblest of Bretons can boast a resistance to magical energies. They are particularly skilled at summoning and healing magic. I didn't know magic could be damaged, so I didn't know it would need to be healed. As a child, you were always spending time on the docks of one of the islands, gaining some money by helping merchants carrying their goods and learning from their adventures. Unless you're from High Rock. In that case, being from High Rock, you were raised in the homeland of the Bretons. Going through all the great cities of the province made you quick on your feet. Dark Elf. Also known as Dunmer in their homeland of Morrowind, the Dark Elves are noted for their skill and balanced integration of the sword, the bow, and destruction magic. They are resistant to fire and can summon an ancestral ghost for aid. Now, if they're from Vardenfell, you are a true child of Vardenfell. Amongst the volcanic wasteland, you were taught that resilience is the greatest of all Dunmer quality. But you might be from the mainland. As a Dunmer on the mainland, you grew up amongst all kind of traders. You learned all there was to know about negotiations and how to make people react the way you need them to. High Elf, also known as Altmer in their homeland of Somerset Isle, the High Elves are exceptionally gifted in the arcane arts. They also boast resistance to illness. However, they are somewhat vulnerable to fire, frost, and shock. Born on the island of Aridin, you were proud to live on the first island of the Somersets. There you spent countless hours swimming in the pristine waters. You grew up among the greatest towers of Alinor that nearly touched the sky. You spent countless hours climbing and navigating the sunlit streets of the Somerset capital. Imperial. Natives of the civilized cosmopolitan province of Cyrodiil, they have proved to be shrewd diplomats and traders. They are skilled with heavy armor, and the social skills tend to favor the warrior classes. Wouldn't that be, they have proven to be shrewd diplomats? Apparently they haven't proven to know the language too well. If you're from Nibene, you are a true Imperial, born into the heart of the Empire. The number of cities and their size led you to travel hastily. But you could be from Calovia. Calovia inhabitants, such as yourself, are known for their autonomy, including toward the rest of the Empire. You're inherited the willfulness of your forebears. See, it's hard to read it wrong. It should be you inherited the willfulness of your forebears. But that's not what it says. Khajiit, hailing from the province of Elsewhere. They are intelligent, quick, and agile. They make excellent thieves due to their natural agility and unmatched acrobatic skill. All Khajiit can see in the dark. Your parents lived in Palatine, and your childhood memories are filled with playing and running around in the jungles or on the pristine beaches. Or the harsh region where you lived and trained hardened your body and taught you how to defend yourself with your bare fists or any weapon you could find. Citizens of Skyrim. They are tall and fair-haired people, strong and hardy. Nords are famous for their resistance to cold. They are highly talented warriors. You lived in the west of Skyrim, a rugged environment filled with rough terrain and dangerous beasts. You are prepared to survive in even the most challenging climates. Either due to extreme cold storms, the College of Mages, or simply stubbornness, the people of Eastern Skyrim, such as you, are known for their tenacity and resourcefulness. The rest of us have to look up the word tenacity to even know what it means. The people of the rough Garian and Dragontail Mountains, Orcish armorers are prized for their craftsmanship. Orc troops in heavy armor are among the finest in the Empire and are fearsome when using their berserk rage. I don't know why this would matter. I don't think you build weapons in this environment, as far as I remember. Your fate was decided when you were born. As a member of a stronghold, you would serve your chieftain with honor and would make the orcs proud. Your charisma and resilience were honed for when you'd serve. You are proud to have been raised in Orsinium, where you trained to be as versatile a warrior as possible. As such, you are better with Majaik than most other orcs. So I think if I went orc, this is the one I would use, because I use destruction magic a lot. Redguard, the most naturally talented warriors in Tamriel. In addition to their cultural affinities for many weapon and armor styles, they also have a hardy constitution and a natural resistance to disease and poison. See, I didn't even know they had the constitution there. I wonder who signed it. As a child in the sands of the Alakir Desert, your education revolved around martial might. You are a prime example of why Redguards are the best warriors. Your uprising under the shadow of the mountain peaks was a happy one. Immersed in Redguard customs, you developed charm, wit, and the ability to turn a conversation around. Yep, that's you, all right. Wood Elf, the clanfolk of the Western Valenwood Forest, also known as Bosmer. Wood Elves are nimble and quick, making them good scouts and thieves, and there are no finer archers in all of Tamriel. Their ability to command simple creatures is well known. You spent your childhood in Gratwood, near the region devastated by Molag Bal. The foul energies still linger there, and the foul energies still linger there, and your resistance grew amidst the danger. I almost said your foul resistance. The border region that saw you grow is plagued by anger and resentment after centuries of war. You quickly learned how to soothe people and avoid unnecessary conflicts. Now, I want to make it clear, I'm starting again because I added some mods that I thought would be interesting. We'll see if they even play nice together. I didn't do this to get rid of the player I was already playing or anything like that. I just needed a fresh start because of the mods. I think I'm going to have to go Argonian again just because they can breathe underwater, and I know some quests where I might need to breathe underwater. Question is, should I be a chick or a dude? I'll go dude for the block. I don't like the skin color though. Hopefully I can fix that at some point. Okay, yeah, here we go. Skin. Let's try a primary skin color. So I could go like that. All of which I hate, by the way. I mean, it's okay, the green and everything. But what about purple? I like purple. It's hard for me to pick eyes for my characters. But I guess I'll go that way. Now, is there anything... I don't even see brows, so I'm not going to worry about brows. Cheeks. I can make them rounder. And I can make them higher. I don't want to make them too high or too round, but... I don't even see a chin there, so... Or a forehead. I'm just messing with this so that it's different than the default settings. There was nothing actually wrong with the default settings. It's just, if you can mess with something, why wouldn't you, right? I guess I'll put the nose up a little bit. That's way too flat. A little pointed. Oh yeah, this is just about the nose, I forgot. See, I forget these things already. I guess I can't do anything about the height of my character, which I guess is okay, but... Okay, I hate all these growths. That just looks stupid. All of these look stupid, by the way. I could be bald. I don't know how any of this is going to work through helmets and all that. I think it just disappears. Race Argonian origin, Thornmarsh. Oh, you know what? I didn't... Thornmarsh, your birth region is called the Jewel of the East, but behind the nickname lies a darker reality. You dabble in... Oh, yeah. That's the one we want. Dabbled in magic. Okay, we need a name. I guess we're just going to call him Walks on Blistered Feet again, because he walks everywhere. We are going to get to the conspiracy, by the way. Are you sure you want to select the race Argonian? Yes. How many ring slots should be available? Now, as I said, I'm going to present irrefutable evidence that the Emperor's death and the rise of his successor is a conspiracy. You've been lied to all these years. But I, the poorly aging sarcastic PC witty gamer, am here to tell you the truth. What really happened. But not just tell you. Why would you take my word for it? I am a stranger on the internet. I mean, however good looking I may be, I'm still a stranger on the internet. Don't trust strangers on the internet. So I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to demonstrate these things with irrefutable proof and evidence that would stand up in a court of law. And I'm doing all of this just for you. Okay. Your clothes are horrible. Did I pick a female? By the way? I mean, if I did, I did. I don't remember, and I can't redo it again without going back and starting the whole thing over again, which I'm not about to do. I might be a female. I can't tell because of the shadows on the upper chest there. So anyway, let's hard code some of our most important spells. I honestly don't remember what clairvoyance does, so we'll hard code it to 2. As I said, I chose this race simply for the water breathing, because I am a mage. I know I'm going to want to do the Mages guild. And there's at least one, spoiler alert, there's at least one quest that requires me to be underwater for a significant period of time. And by the way, I've made the waters of Cyrodiil look nicer. And now that I can breathe underwater, I can go, you know, to the bottom of water and show you what it looks like down there. So those are the reasons I went Argonian, because there's really not a race that I don't like playing in this game. Now, for people who don't know, the way you level in this game, and I have a slow leveling mod installed. I have lots of mods installed to make the game nicer, although the vanilla game, the unmodded game, is perfectly okay. I have a mod that slows down the leveling to make it feel more rewarding, like you actually accomplished something. I felt like in the 2006 version of the game, every time you sneezed, you leveled up. Now the world levels around you. That's a good thing so that you don't get bored, you know, fighting low-level creatures and bosses and things like that later on in the game. But it's a bad thing because the main quest is so much better if you play it at a higher level, and yet there's one place in Anvil where there's a battle against so many creatures and all that, it's almost impossible to do if you've leveled first. So we'll deal with that, don't worry. We're on this. Now the way you level is by using things. If you want to be better at acrobatics, you jump around like an idiot. Every time you use something, you get a tiny little boost towards it becoming a bigger leveled skill. Like, even though nobody's attacked me here, I could easily just keep using the restoration spell, which would normally restore your health in a battle or after a battle. And I could actually level up my restoration skill without ever having gotten damaged. That's how it works. Now, the thing it didn't let me do was clairvoyance. I don't know what clairvoyance does, so tried it, but I got that error. So I'm going to switch to 6, which is my fire spell. And I am almost ready. I mean, I was going to say to start the game. Obviously, I've started the game. I meant to start the main quest, which I do by simply walking over to where the bars are. You notice I am here in a jail cell. I have not seen a lawyer. I've not had a trial. And I don't even have a toilet. These are the disturbing facts upon which we will begin this epic Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion Remastered. My hope is to release this as a podcast so that you can see each episode after the other. Now to do that anyway, you could just go to my Oblivion Remastered playlist and go to the first thing on it. If you did that, the other ones would follow after that so that you get them in the right order. Now remember, I'm your sarcastic PC Witty gamer, and so in order to kind of be a little funny, sometimes I intentionally mispronounce something. Like I don't say Mage's Guild, I say My J's Guild. And then I correct people that don't say My J's, which nobody in the game says My J. Just so you understand. Other things, even though I played this game about 7,200 hours, including the non-remastered version from 2006, I just don't know how to pronounce. So when I mispronounce something, I might be doing it for humor. I might be doing it because I'm just too stupid not to know how to say a particular thing. Either way, it probably works for humor. Right here on your favorite YouTube channel, the Poorly Aged Sarcastic PC Witty Gamer channel, where you're falling in love in stereo. I don't know all the lore. I know a little bit of it, but I've never been like a lore hound or anything. And I don't build characters based on how I want to level them. So for instance, the last time I chose Red Guards, who really aren't that good with destructive magic, but I used destructive magic with them. It's working against the grain, which is a perfectly viable way to play the Elder Scrolls, or any other role-playing game that allows it. You can play with your strengths or against your strengths. Let's get started, shall we?
Hey, lizard, it must break your heart, huh? Being
What?
so close to the water, knowing you'll never get to swim again.
How do you know
You
that?
know, sometimes when they let us in the yard, you can hear the sounds from the lake. The boats, the gulls, so close.
I wish they'd let me in the yard.
No, you'll never get to swim again, Argonian. But don't worry, you'll be dead soon enough. That's right. You're going to die in here. Hey, you hear that? The guards are coming. For you.
Okay.
Lock that door behind us.
Yes, sir. Now, Boris is a big part of the
We
conspiracy.
don't know that, sire. The messenger only said they were attacked.
No, they're dead. I know it.
You don't even know their
What's
names.
this prisoner doing here? This cell is supposed to be off limits.
Usual mix-up with the watch.
Never mind. Get that gate open.
The watch
Stand back, prisoner. We
usually
won't hesitate to kill you if you get in our way.
No sign of pursuit, sir.
does
Stay
things wrong.
put.
Good.
prisoner.
Let's go. We're not out of this yet.
You know, I wouldn't think so. I don't even know if I'm a guy or a
I've
girl.
seen you.
Really?
Let me see your face. You
Okay.
are the one from my dreams. Then
You've had
the
dirty
stars
dreams
were
about
right.
me?
And this is the day.
This is
Gods
the day.
give
This
me
is the day.
strength.
There's only one God. Well, so I added... Now, the reason he's so well lit here in this dank, dark cell is because I added a mod that adds torches to NPCs when it would be most likely that they would have them. So we'll see how that goes. But he looks a lot better in the light and all that. Although he's old and withered and wearing a very girly outfit. What's going on?
Assassins attacked my sons, and I am next.
Lucky
my
you.
blades are leading me out of the city along a secret escape route.
Blood
By
days.
chance, the entrance to that escape route leads through your cell.
Okay, so I'm here by chance. That's good to know. Why am I in Yael?
Perhaps the gods have placed you here so that we may meet.
I thought you said it was by
As for
chance.
what you have done, it does not matter. That is not what you will be remembered for.
Truer words were never spoken. Because once I get out of jail, nobody seems to know that I'm an escaped felon or whatever they're saying I did. Nobody seems to know that. And remember, these are the Emperor's bodyguards that are going to help me do this. But never again in the game, even if I get arrested on something else, never again in the game after I get out of the tutorial dungeon am I ever treated like an escaped prisoner again, unless I get arrested again and, you know, escape that. But still, they don't say, when they arrest me, they don't go, oh, hey, by the way, you have this previous charge that you were in prison for. We're keeping you in prison. They never do that. Who are you? Who? I really want to know. Who are you?
I am your emperor, Uriel Septim. By the grace of the gods, I serve Tamriel as her ruler. You are a
there's
citizen
only one
of
God.
Tamriel, and you too shall serve her in your own way.
If I'm a citizen, how come I'm in this stinking prison cell, never having had a trial, never having the charges against me even read to me, with no lawyer, not even an attorney? Yeah, I figured you wouldn't be able to answer that. I can go my own way, go my own way.
So do we all. But what path can be avoided whose end is fixed by the almighty gods?
Please, sire, we must keep moving.
There cannot be more than one almighty God. The term almighty itself means that only one
Better not
can
close
do it.
this one. There's no way to open it from the other side.
Okay, you notice there's 3 soldiers.
Looks like this is your lucky day. Just stay out of our way.
There's 3 soldiers with him. With the Emperor. And for some reason they left this door open so that I could escape. They're now conspirators in any escape that I do. Just pointing that out. All these clues will add up and you will see Oblivion is not what you think it. Okay, let's go follow him. I mean, there isn't a toilet in my cell, so in case I need to use the toilet, I need to get out of here. It does look a lot better than it looked in 2006. I need to catch up with these guys. Okay, there we go.
Close up left. Protect the Emperor.
Take them down!
Now notice,
Down for the Emperor!
notice they're in steel armor that disappears when they get struck down.
Are you all right, sire? We're clear for now.
Captain Reno?
She's dead. Sorry, sire, but we have to keep moving.
Yeah, it seems
How could
Boris.
they be waiting for us here. Don't know, but it's too late to go back now. Don't worry, sire. We will get you
Apparently you can hear everything they say no matter how far away they are. Well, within some limits. And you notice the door to my old cell is now closed. They left it open just long enough for me to escape. And even though she says, even though Captain Renault says, hey, we better leave it open, they don't leave it open. This too becomes part of the conspiracy. Now people ask me, do you sneak everywhere in your games? Well, remember this game it adds experience for you to level up in the skills that you actually use. So I know that later on, if I ever join the Dark Brotherhood, there's a quest that will require me to sneak. At least that's the only way I know how to do that quest. And so, yeah, I'm trying to build up my sneak ability as much as possible. You notice they're waiting for me. We need to get to them, I suppose.
You stay here, prisoner. Don't try to follow us.
Why would I want to follow you guys? You may be the people that got me thrown in jail without a trial in the first place. And that was me using my destruction spell. Now the assassins are wearing Mythic Dawn robes and a Mythic Dawn hood. This is important because the game tries to present sort of a mystery as to, well, who killed the Emperor? Well, unless it's somebody that's just wearing Mythic Dawn robes and a Mythic Dawn hood, it's a Mythic Dawn. There's no mystery about it. But we will find out it does go deeper than that. I'll show you what I mean in just a moment. I need to... It says check Captain Renault's body to find a weapon. To open a container or loot, press E. Well, I had already done all of that, so I don't know why it's telling me after the fact. So, I still can't tell if I'm a girl or a guy. This is weird. Oh, looks like there's no helmet, so I don't have to worry about covering up my beautiful horns. Now I'm just going to go here to show you this is locked. I can't go that way to the Imperial subterrane. And notice there's roaches all around. Those were not in the original game. I do think they're a nice addition. Now we enter the next room of the tutorial. There's a chest here. We can get a rusty iron war axe from it and 6 gold. This is mainly for people who want to be melee characters, who want to bash you with things like axes and stuff like that. But oops. Well, that's what happens when you interrupt my lectures. But of course, everything you pick up can be sold to a merchant. So even if you weren't planning on being a melee character, you might pick up melee weapons just to sell them. Now this is interesting. It says that this skeleton is wearing rough leather boots, rough leather cuirass, rough leather gauntlets, and a rough leather helmet. He's a pile of bones. He's not wearing anything. So again, the game is lying to you right from the start. This skeleton was not wearing any of those things. If you have a nose pick, you could pick most noses. To move the nose pick from slot to slot, press A, D. Press W, or move your mouse up to move the pick forward into a tumbler. When the tumbler reaches the top of the lock, you will hear a metallic sound. Metallic sound. Metallic? I don't know what metallic is. I would guess that would be something from Mattel, the toy company. Press space to secure it in place. Oh, nice little rhyme there. When all tumblers are secured at the top, the nose will open. Or, by the way, you can just press auto attempt and it usually works. Just like that. I didn't have to pay attention to all that nonsense. I hate that bucket, so I'm going to kill it. Now, to use archery, you have to pick your bow and your arrows. Doing just one will not pick the other one. The bucket near the well will make a good target practice. To draw and aim your bow, hold the left mouse button, and that's all we know because it didn't stay on screen long enough. Nice shot! You can retrieve arrows from the world as well as recovering arrows, also not on screen long enough. And you may be asking yourself, why is he or she, since I don't remember what gender I am in this game, why is he or she still firing arrows into the bucket? Well, remember that anytime you use something, you level it in this game. Well, you don't level it, you add to the next leveling of it. You get a little experience. So what I'm doing here is laying the framework for my archery skill, which I think is called... What is it called in this game? Marksmanship. This isn't going to make me an expert at archery immediately or anything like that. It's just going to lay the groundwork for me using bows and arrow in the future. And bows do have ammo, of course, the arrows, so my number of arrows goes down each time I do this. I'm going to try and retrieve as many arrows as I can before I move on. I hate that bucket. For all I know, that bucket killed my mother. It's hard to know, because... Now, see, I can't shoot any more arrows because I'm out of arrows. So now I'm collecting all the ones I can. It's never a one-to-one. And by the way, see, it still says I have no arrows, even though I collected all of them. I have to click on arrows again to have them. I think I started with like 30 of them, so I don't remember, but... Again, I didn't get back one arrow for every arrow I shot. It doesn't work like that. Now I'm just looking around to see if there's anything else to loot before I move on. I'm not in any hurry. If you're in a hurry, this is probably not the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion Remaster series that you want to watch, because I'm going to take my time. I named my character Walks on Blistered Feet Jr., meaning that would be a male name, as far as I'm concerned. But I don't remember whether I chose a male or female Argonian. I might have accidentally gotten a female one, which I have no problem playing female characters, by the way. That's great. I've played all the races and both the genders in every one of these. So there's 10 races. Khajiit, Argonian, Breton, Imperial, Dunmer, Breton, Nords, Orcs, Bosmer, and something else. Oh, Redguard. There's 10 of them off the top of my head. So they will tell me what gender I am, because the Emperor actually knows, and the Emperor actually uses the proper pronouns. So we will find out. You open the door with iron key, and you hope it doesn't crash to the desktop. We will be investigating that as well during this game. What makes me crash to the desktop? Isn't it interesting? They're telling me after I've cast my spells like 15 times already in the game, something comes up telling me how to cast spells. He was interrupting my lecture to you, so I had to off him. Now they have this mainly so that people who want heavy armor, because there's different armor types in this game, can get it here. But they don't really need to, because remember, we're wearing Captain Renault's outfit, and she was wearing heavy armor. Now generally I use light armor in these games, so I'll probably switch to it right now. And you'll see the difference right away. I think that's male. I think the armors look really great. And when they get wet, like when you're outside in the rain and stuff like that, there's a nice effect added to them, and to skin and all of that as well. So that's pretty cool. I'm shooting this game in chapters that I will stitch together, and I might upload the chapters separately as well. I'm doing it to make it manageable and to make it really easy to make shorts from it, because shorts get more views than longs. What it does, however, is add processing time. So if I were just to shoot, say, a 1-hour video or a 2-hour video and just upload it, there's no processing time. I just make the video, I play the game, make the video. When I'm done making the video, I just upload it to YouTube. When I do it in these shorter chapters, then I have to have software stitch together each of the chapters in the right order. And it renders each screen of the whole thing. It can take hours. I've done some that actually took days to render. And a lot of people won't even watch those older versions because people have such a short attention span these days. But YouTube likes the longer chapters. They like the shorts because the shorts get us a lot of views. But they like the longer material because they can put commercials in them. Now there's no commercials in mine right now because I haven't gotten my channel monetized yet. I'm not eligible for that. I don't know whether I will do that in the future. I might leave it forever non-monetized. And if I do monetize it, I'm probably not going to do it at the lowest level. So what I mean by the lowest level is currently to monetize you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watched hours in the last 12 months. I know I'm not going to do it at 1,000 subscribers. I don't know if I would do it much later or not. I don't know. I also don't know who's making those boot noises since I'm not walking around right now. You deserve it. You deserve it. And they have so much stuff here. And one of the effects of that is that if you pick up everything, you will be what they call over encumbered. You won't be able to fast travel. And you won't be able to run or jump, which could really get in the way of escaping an enemy later on. But one of the mods I have lets me carry almost an infinite amount of stuff in my inventory. And I know some people will say that's a cheat. Understand, my other mods are not cheat. They're exactly the opposite. They make the game harder to play. But I don't want to leave bodies unlooted. If I beat you in combat, I want to take your stuff. And I don't want to have to go immediately to a merchant every time between fights. That would be cumbersome. So, I do loot almost everything. And I deal with the merchants when I can. Remember, this first dungeon is a tutorial. It's a clever tutorial because it's disguised as regular gameplay. And I like that. There should be an option to turn off the tutorials, by the way. As far as I know, there is not. I think it would be better if it asked you whether you want the tutorial, especially if it knows from the length of your previous save files that you've been through the tutorial before. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just, it's odd that it wants to force the tutorial on you every time. I think the lighting here is great. The effects, the things making it feel like a real cave. So, as you see, my destruction has increased to 6. Since it's the primary weapon I use, I want it to be as high as possible. Now, with destruction spells, they draw on Yamajaika. So when you're out of Magiika, you cannot throw them anymore. And it recharges slowly. Again, how fast it recharges and to what level it recharges are due to how you've leveled up and what choices you've made. I thought it was a neat feature, but I've never tried the feature because I don't have any practical limits on how much stuff I can carry. Often, when I'm trying to throw a spell, I'll accidentally jump, and the reason is I have a $2,800 SteelSeries Stealth Merc keyboard, and so the button for casting spells is right next to the button for jumping. It didn't cost $2,800 when I bought it, by the way, but that's what they're being sold for used on Amazon. They haven't made them since something like 2006 or something, but they're the best keyboards I've ever found. I've got 3 of them, and I just think they're terrific. Eventually, a mage would want to be able to use very advanced spells. Those require a lot more Magiika, so you'd want a really big pool of Magiika, as well as a fast recharge of it when you're using it, like in combat or something. I don't know who's lighting all of these torches along the way, but thank you. So most people have to ask themselves, do I really want this item, you know, when they're looting bodies of people that tried to kill them formerly? I don't have to do that because I've got it set so that I can carry pretty much anything I can pick up. Now I'm going to show you one of the systems here that I haven't understood until very recently, and that would be the potion making. Combine ingredients with similar effects to create potions and poisons. By the way, that's the part I never looked at before. I treated it like it was random, like I think Skyrim is, but I could be wrong. Skyrim, which I played something like 13,767 hours, I always thought there are the things these ingredients do, of course, but nobody remembers them. Nobody has a chart of them. There's probably people with charts of them. But what I'm saying is, I would just randomly combine ingredients until I got things that worked. But this specifically says combine ingredients with similar effects to create potions and poisons. Once I started doing that, I was creating more potions and poisons and more effectively right from the beginning of this game. Trouble is, I usually forget about that with similar effects. Your alchemy skill will make your creations more powerful. The more potions you create, the higher your alchemy skill will increase. Use additional apparatuses to improve the strength of the potions you create. So, at this point, I should say that I am using Alchemy Overhaul. A lot of people think that I should do a list in every description area of this playthrough, listing all the mods I'm using. The reason I don't isn't because I'm ashamed of using the mods or anything like that. I'm very transparent about the mods I use. The reason I don't is because it's well over 100 mods. There, one, wouldn't be room in the description. And two, that'd be a lot of typing and I wouldn't be able to put in the description I want. So my policy is this. If you see your mod being played out in one of my videos and you don't like it, just simply let me know. Most mod authors, they want to get their mods out in front of as many people as possible. And so they're happy to have their mods featured by people like me. But if you're not, I will take it out of my, I'll take it down from YouTube, first of all. As long as you prove you're the mod author, I'm happy to take it down. I'm not trying to offend you or anything like that. In fact, I'm trying to help you by getting your mod in front of the most people whatsoever. But if you don't like that, I will take the offending video down. You don't need to go to YouTube and complain or anything like that. I will take it down. I will take your mod out of my load order, and then the future videos I do will not have your mod in them. So, damage, health, and fatigue. I don't know what to call it. Ouch and tired, I guess I will call it, because it damages. Now, when it says on self, I don't know what that means. Because why would somebody take something that would damage their own health? So, I am assuming that it's something you would put on like a weapon, like on an arrow or something, so that it damages the health and fatigue of the person you're fighting against. Restore fatigue. We'll call this wake up juice. And there, we've just made more potions than I've ever made this early on in a game. We made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We didn't make all of those. Most of those we made, though. Anyway, I usually don't have that many this early in the game, but that is showing how the alchemy works. Mail tracking. By the way, it's Morndis, 5:16 a.m. on the 27th of last seed, the 433rd year of the Third Era. So if you're still writing 432 on your checks, be aware. That was last year. Now this is a mail tracking feature in one of my mods. Basically, I don't need it. Because basically what you do is you go to a box in a city, you put the stuff in the outgoing mail. I assume you tell it where to go, and then you can pick it up at the other location. So like if I'm in the Imperial City, I could stash a bunch of stuff in a mailbox so that I don't become encumbered. And once I got to Anvil, I could pick up the stuff. I think that's how it works. So they have the WASD over to the left, extra WASD keys, so that you can use your mouse with the right hand and your WASD with the left, which is very convenient. There's also a lot of other convenient features in it, but I'm surprised they don't make more keyboards like this, and I'm surprised that they don't. So they have other Stealth Series products, including keyboards today, and none of them are anywhere near as good or convenient as what I have. Remember, I've already said this is not a speed run. If you want a speed run, you should go somewhere else. This is me enjoying the game. Playing it in a way that makes sense and is entertaining to me. Showing off what's in the game. It's also not a best playthrough, as in I'm not telling you this is how you should play it. Because it's a role-playing game, and people should play role-playing games any way they want. They could be a good guy or a bad guy, and when I say guy, I mean guy or girl. Guy is not gender specific when I'm saying it. See, I'm out of Magica right now, so that's why I'm waiting here. This rat doesn't seem to have a lot of definition, especially for a remake. I had to use my arrows because I was out of Magica. I'm surprised this guy is vulnerable to fire at all, because usually if you deal fire, you're not susceptible to it. He's the boss at this area, by the way. And he has a good reward. This goblin shaman staff It's a two-handed staff. It doesn't tell me. I thought the details would tell me how much damage it inflicts. Oh, yeah, even here it's not telling me. Normally, that would tell me. But anyway. I wasn't ready for him, but I had to get ready because he wasn't waiting for permission. You found a repair hammer. In order to repair your weapons and armor, go into your inventory and activate it. Well, if I felt my armor or my weapons depleting in any way, I would do that, and I will do that. This is the chest that that guy was supposed to be guarding, and you notice it has a gold nugget in it worth 40. That doesn't mean I can sell it for 40, just so you understand. Your ability to sell at a higher rate is based on a few things. One, how much the person likes you that you're trying to sell to. And two, your mercantile skill. And when you have those in place, then you use a barter system to try and arrange the highest price you can for things. But nobody pays you what they're worth, even if you were to have 100 bartering skill. But you notice it has a silver vase in it, which is worth 30. That's nice. A repair hammer. We just talked about those. A gold nugget worth 40. 18 gold, which is worth, like, I think 18 gold or something like that. A flawed topaz, which is worth 10. And a flawed sapphire, which is worth 30. So that's why he's supposed to stay there and guard it. I must have stepped into his sphere of influence or something like that, because he would have stayed over there to guard it normally. So there must be invisible triggers over on the other side of that. Again, somebody was nice and polite enough to leave lit torches. And I think it's safe to leave lit torches because, you know, this is a damp, dripping cave. And so I don't think, one, a fire would start, or two, that it would do much damage. This is probably perfectly safe. I'm always checking the wall for more safes or things like that.
Protect the Emperor until help arrives.
Help? What makes you think help will get here before more of those bad
Help, I need somebody, help. Not just anybody, help. You know I need someone, help. When I was younger so much. Now see, when I first started playing The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion Remastered, that was the first time I ever ducked into this side thing and avoided the combat that was going on up there. Oh, I am a girl. They just called me she. That's fine. I'm happy to be a girl. A lot of people accuse male gamers of playing as female characters, you know, because they're attracted to them or they want to get them involved in something, you know, naughty or whatever. I don't do any of that. If I play as a female character, the last thing I want to do is some kind of romance thing or whatever, because in my world, a female would be romanced by a male, and I don't want to romance a male.
Let me rest a moment longer.
They're not going to go ahead until I go catch up with them, so that's what I'm going to go do right now.
Damn it, it's that prisoner again. Kill her. She might be working with the assassins.
See, they're saying she. That's
No,
how I know.
She is not one of them. She can help us. She must help us.
Must I?
As you wish, sire.
Come closer. I'd prefer not to have to shout.
Well, and you notice if I don't come closer, he comes to me anyway, so he doesn't have to shout.
They cannot understand why I trust you. They've not seen what I've seen. How can I explain?
Please don't.
Listen, you know the Nine, how they guide our fates with an invisible hand.
Are you talking about the Supreme Court? I didn't really know this province had a Supreme Court, but yeah, the Nine guide and protect us.
I've served the Nine all my days, and I chart my course by the cycles of the heavens.
Good for
the
you.
skies are marked with numberless sparks.
Spock?
Each a fire, and every one a sign.
Spock like
I know
Leonard
these
Nimoy?
stars well, and I wonder which sign marked your birth.
What's a birth? Now, I have a mod that's reworking these birth signs. That's why you see the NL in front of them, which I have an NL remover, so I don't know why it's not doing that, but you wouldn't know it was a mod if it didn't have that NL in front of it. A warrior lives and dies by their sword. The warrior grants 10 strength and shield, and the lesser power warrior's battle cry, increasing enemy damage taken in an area by 25%, but damaging your equipment 5 points. So one thing this mod does is, with your special skill, it grants you something good, but it's also at a cost. The Mage. Boasting a natural talent for spellcasting, the Mage grants 50 Mageicha, 10 intelligence, and the lesser power Mage's brilliance, fortifying Mageicha 250 points for 30 seconds at the cost of damaged willpower. 2 points. The Thief. Nimble and dexterous, the Thief grants 15 luck and the lesser power Thief Spree, fortifying acrobatics and security 50 points and granting telekinesis 30 yards for 30 seconds, but at the cost of damaged personality 2 points. The Steed. Live and energetic, the Steve grants 10 speed and athletics and the lesser power Steed's charge, which fortifies athletics by 65 points, grants water walking, and grants 25 points of feather for 180 seconds, but damages agility. The Apprentice. Eager to learn but foolhardy, the Apprentice birth sign grants Restore Magicka 10 willpower and the lesser power Apprentice Folly, which greatly boosts Magicka regeneration at the cost of damaged intelligence. The Shadow. Elusive and calculating, those born under the Shadow gain 10 agility and sneak, and the lesser power Shadow's Prowl, gaining invisibility and chameleon, 35 points for 60 seconds, but at the cost of damage speed. So, look, I'm a stealth character. I like this, but I just don't know that 35 points of chameleon would be enough anyway. So, but I do like how they reworked it. So far, I'm liking this mod. The Ritual. Being born under the Ritual grants 10 restoration, conjuration, and magic resistance, and the lesser powers Ritual Prayer, which cures all poisons and diseases, soul traps, and turns the dead, but damages health 5 for 5 seconds. The Atronach. The most resilient of the magical signs, the Atronach, grants resistance. Grants resistance to the elements and physical damage by 15%. And the lesser power Atronach's Thirst, which grants 50% spell absorption, but damages your own Magicka reserves over 30 seconds. The Tower. Steadfast and immovable, the Tower Burst Sign grants 15% damage reflection, and the lesser power Tower's Vigilant, which grants resistance to normal weapons 50%. Detect Life and Night's Eye 15 seconds, but renders you immovable. Burden 1,000 points for 5 seconds. The Lord. Always keeping up appearances, the Lord, Burst Sign, grants 10 endurance, restore health for 1 second, and the lesser power Lord's Vigor, restoring health 6 points per second for 15 seconds, but gaining 100% weakness to Magicka and normal weapons for the duration. The Lady. Well, now that I know I'm female, I kind of wish I was the Lady. Nimble and versatile, the Lady, grants 35 points of fatigue, restore fatigue, and lesser power Lady's Riposte? Riposte, I don't know how to say that, reflecting incoming weapons and spells 40% for 30 seconds, but damaging your ruck 2 points. The Lover. Seductive and charming, the Lover Birth Sign grants 10 personality, speechcraft, mercantile, and the lesser power Lover's Kiss, which dispels magic effects on self and on touch 100 points, and charms 15 for 15 seconds, but damages your fatigue 50 points. The Serpent. The most blessed and cursed of the signs, the Serpent grants restore health, magicka, and fatigue, all 1 per second, and the lesser power Serpent's Curse, which absorbs all attributes from a target 25 for 30 seconds, but damages your endurance 2 points. Are you sure you want to be born under the following sign, the Magi? Well, I don't really have a choice in when I was born, idiot. So the Emperor asked me when I was born. I went to tell him when I was born, and you're saying, are you sure you want to be born under the following sign, the Mage? I don't have any say over when I'm born, okay? It's not about what I want. A lot of things in life are not about what I want. I was born under the sign of the Magi. Live with it.
The signs I read show the end of my path.
What's a path?
My death, a necessary end, will come when it will come.
Everything comes when it will come. That's really stupid. The mail comes when it will come. The garbage man, he comes when he will come. The end of the world will come when it will come. There's nothing, in fact, in the entire universe that doesn't come when it will come. So what you said just makes no sense. It's a stupid thing to say. You're acting very uneducated at this point. What about me?
Your stars are not mine. Today the Mage shall light
Magi.
your way on the paths of glory.
So I should point out that even now that I know I'm a female, I'm not going to voice her speech as a female. It would just be weird. I can't do a feminine voice very well or anything like that. So I'm just going to read as a male, but we all know I'm a female character. Can you see my fat?
My dreams grant me no opinions of success. Their compass ventures not beyond the doors of death. But in your face I behold the sun's companion. The dawn of Akatosh's bright glory may banish the coming darkness. With such hope, and with the promise of your aid, my heart must be satisfied.
I don't know what a heart is, but I didn't promise my aid, okay? You're probably the Emperor that got me thrown in prison in the first place. I didn't get a trial, no lawyer, not even a bucket to go potty in. And so I don't know why you think you have the promise of my aid. Aren't you afraid to die it?
No trophies of my triumphs precede me, but I have lived well, and my ghost shall rest easy. Men are
That
but
would be
flesh and
easily.
blood. They know their doom, but not the hour.
Again,
In
not
this,
with the doom.
I am blessed to see the hour of my death, to face my apportioned fate, then fall.
Okay. Why do you have guards then? If the whole idea is you know it's your apportioned fate to die tonight, why do you got bodyguards? This doesn't make any sense. I think there is a conspiracy afoot, and I'm going to prove it to all the people watching, if anybody ever watches this video. Every one of them, to all my subscribers, I'm going to prove it. There is a conspiracy afoot. Where are we going?
I go to my grave. A tongue shriller than all the music calls me. You shall follow me yet for a while. Then we must part.
I don't know how to pot. So, again, if he's accepted that he's going to die...
You may as well make yourself useful. Here, carry this torch and stick close.
You look like you're wearing really bad mascara, dude. Eyeliner that you didn't know how to apply. I mean, you got a beard. I know you're a guy, but you did something weird with your eyes. What do you think about this game crashing the desktop quite a bit?
It seems it is a dire situation throughout all of Tamriel.
Okay, I thought it was just my
Stick close
computer.
and let us do our job, and you'll be all right.
Have you read any books lately?
Not my favorite work, but many enjoy it.
Yeah, I didn't even mention a particular book.
Stick close and let us do our job, and you'll be all right.
You're not going to do your job. Well, actually, now, I should say Boris is involved in the conspiracy. So he is going to do his job, but it's not the job that we think it is. So there's a clue about what's going to happen. Tell me about the Blades.
We're the Emperor's bodyguards. Our job is to get him out of situations like this. Although I admit, things are not going according to plan.
Have you noticed he is willing to accept his fate, to just die. He's not fighting to stay alive or anything. So if you do whatever the Emperor wants, it would seem to me that you would just withdraw, let the guy die. Tell me about Uriel Septim.
My job is to make sure the Emperor gets out of here alive, and I intend to do it.
Okay, so you didn't tell me anything about him, actually. That is interesting.
Oh. Any news?
Any news? What are you talking about, news?
Stick close and let us do our job.
That would be
You'll
closely. That would be closely. Learn how to use adverbs. Thank you for wearing underwear. That would be easily, and wait until I get there so I can watch this. Easily.
Take them down!
For the Emperor!
5 the Emperor. 6 the Emperor. I'm missing the excitement.
For the blades!
Yeah, go on without me. I'll be just fine. Thanks for your concern.
Hold up. I don't like this. Let me take a look.
I don't like it either. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Because this is part and parcel of the conspiracy. Iron
Looks
Gate
clear. Come
needs
on.
a key.
We're almost through to the
Now watch
sewers.
what Boris does. Remember, it needs a key. That's the key to this. He's going to go to that gate. Listen to what he says.
Damn it! The gate is barred from the other side. A trap!
What about that side passage back there?
Worth a try. Let's go.
What about the fact that there's 2 Uriel septums? Nobody's going to talk about that? Now, if you notice, Boris didn't actually try the gate.
It's a dead end. What's your call, sir?
I don't know. I don't see any...
And now there's 2 emperors, which makes me think this is a conspiracy. One of them's got to be a double. One of them isn't the real emperor. Maybe neither of them are the real emperor. But at least one of them is not the real emperor. If there's only one emperor, and there's 2 guys that look exactly alike and talk the same way, as we just saw, then one of them isn't the true emperor. Did they hire a decoy hoping somebody would kill the emperor? Because remember, the emperor was talking about, hey, I'm going to die tonight. I go to a tongue shriller than the grave, or I go to the grave. I don't know what he said about the tongue shriller than the grave. Anyway, he said a bunch of stuff about dying and it being his fate and all of that. So maybe because of this, they've gotten a decoy hoping to get a mental health treatment, the emperor, after all this is over. I don't know. But if so, I mean, this is a terrible job to have, right? If you're the decoy and you're being set up to be killed, that's not probably the best job you could have either. But I want you to see Boris did not even try a key on this gate. And this is going to come into play in a few minutes, and you will see the conspiracy start to build. Remember, Boris's job as a member of the Blades is to protect the Emperor. That's very important. What's not important is getting through this tutorial as fast as possible. That's not even on my radar. Now, see, there you see the 2 emperors and the 2 bodyguards now. And the emperors are walking
They're
into
behind
each
us.
other.
Wait here, sire.
Wait here with the Emperor. Guard him with your right.
Now, there's another clue. Here, the enemy is here,
Do that again.
and yet
Want to do that again. Do your worst.
the Blades, who are supposed to be guarding him with their lives, have all abandoned him
Protect him with your life.
and put the new girl
Today, you die.
on guarding him.
Take them down.
Remember,
This ends here.
I'm a prisoner.
Now, you will know.
I'm not a member of the Blades or
Take them
anything like
down.
that. I'm a prisoner.
Yeah! Take that!
Yet the Blades
The Blades and the Emperor.
are helping
What's
me
the matter?
escape,
Getting tired?
which doesn't sound like something the Emperor's bodyguard should do, especially since he says his life is in danger.
For the Blades and the Emperor.
Remember, I'm a common criminal according to them. And yet, they're putting me in charge of the Emperor. Now, one, it might be so that they can falsely accused me of killing the Emperor. But what we do know, I mean, that's speculation as to why they would do it. But
Let's get this over with.
the fact that they're doing it is not in question.
This one's mine. Now, you will!
Now, it could be that they know that my skills are the weakest.
I'm just warming up. You
And
pathetic.
so
Will you fall down and bleed to death?
I will fail against these professional assassins.
For the blades! Will you fall down and bleed to death?
Which would mean
This one's mine.
the blades are actually trying to get the Emperor killed rather than keep him alive.
For the blades!
I mean, think of it. There's two of them,
I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm!
and two emperors, of course. But there's two
What's
of
the
them.
matter? Getting tired?
Why didn't they put at least one of them on the Emperor
Take them down.
to save his life? Now, just so you know, what's going on here, it could go on forever, and you can build up your skills this way. If I don't go over to where the Emperor actually is, the Emperors, I should say, I can do this bit forever.
Warming up, you pathetic
I've tested it before and done this area for like 4 hours,
you can do?
My sword for the dragon!
leveling up.
If you want to help, get back and protect the Emperor.
You'll
Like-
make a fine pair of boots, lizard.
Take them down.
You know, it's the only time they notice what race you are. They're using it for hatred. Saying I'd make a fine pair of boots because I'm a lizard.
Die, you scum!
Now, I'm not gonna do this area forever
My
because
sword for the
one,
dragon!
that would bore you more than my regular videos. But two, Boris keeps saying the same stuff, and he will say it
You
eternally
thought we'd go down easy?
Today, you die!
as long as I stay here.
Oblivion take you.
Show me what you've got.
You thought we'd go down easy?
Easily.
You're pathetic.
Now, the reason I'm in this little entryway is because I'm protected on both sides, so my
For the
chances
blades
of dying
And
fatally
the
here
Emperor!
are much lower
This
My
ends here.
sword for
than
the
if I
dragon!
was out there. And the
This
more
is
I'm
the-
out
this
there,
one. Will you fall
What's
down
the
and
matter?
bleed to Getting tired?
Take them down. Not smart.
That the best you can do?
the more I'm out there, the more he says stupid things to me, too.
Die, you scum!
Think about it. If you're protecting the President of the United States, if that's your whole
My
job,
sword for the dragon!
are you going to go to a federal prison
My
and
sword
look
for
for
the dragon!
somebody to be his bodyguard and then leave his side and
This is
just
the
leave him with
Will you
the
fall down and
criminals?
bleed to death?
This section is extremely important to the conspiracy, as you will soon learn.
This one's mine. For the Emperor!
And I guess I should have figured it out because, well, I did figure it out, but I'm saying I should have figured it out sooner because the more people you have in,
Today, you
in a
die!
conspiracy, the faster it gets found out.
Let's
For the
get this
Emperor!
over.
And as you see, you can literally have hundreds of people in this conspiracy.
Do your worst.
They would be Boris, and then every one of
Oblivion
these
take you.
mythic dawn
You
attacks.
thought we'd go down easy?
Take that! Am I supposed to be impressed? Take that! This ends here! I'll hack you to pieces! Do your worst! Today, are you mud crabs more fearsome than you?
It is tempting to do this for 4 hours and max out my skills, but I'm going to go advance the story. And there you plainly see the two emperors together. Wow, I've never had one come this far in. See, that guy didn't... You notice that guy didn't
If
go
you want
after
to
the
help,
emperors?
get back and protect the Emperor.
I am over by the Emperor, you moron. I'm waiting for my Majika to rebuild. Maybe I could do some alchemy while I'm here. Oh, I only have 4 ingredients now. Restore fatigue, restore health, damage fatigue, and damage health. So let's see if I can... So, okay, I can't do that. So let's see if putting 2 damages together. Damage. Yeah, I guess I need a 3rd ingredient, and so I can't do...
Am I supposed to be impressed?
I can't do alchemy here while I wait. And again, as soon as that blue bar is full, I'll go talk to the Emperor, which will make the story go forward. We are going to get to loot all them bodies as well. After we uncover another clue from the conspiracy.
Oblivion take you.
Because that's the reason we're here. It's not to save Oblivion from the crisis, because you're about to find out the crisis is something much different than what you've been told. There is a crisis, but it isn't the crisis you've been told. Wow, it's taken a long time for my blue bar to rebuild. Oh. But it's going to be worth it. When you see this conspiracy, you got to go, wow, this guy's not only good looking, but he's a genius. And remember, I'm able to do this even as a female lizard. That's a lot of range, ladies and gentlemen, right here on your favorite YouTube channel, the Poorly Aged Sarcastic PC Witty Gamer channel, where you're falling in love in stereo. Clearly, unless I'm seeing double, there are 2 emperors. Now, for some reason, Boris of the Blades, who's supposed to be
You thought we'd go down easy?
protecting the Emperor, has left the Emperor in the hands of me.
For the Blades and the Emperor!
And in this case, me is a female purple Argonian lizard who's been in prison. This all started with me in prison. They wouldn't tell me what I was locked up for. I didn't have a trial, a lawyer, even an attorney. It was all done against the Constitution. And things are about to get worse, ladies and gentlemen, as they generally do.
This ends here. Oblivion take you.
Hey, one of you guys talk to
I
me.
can go no further. You
Okay.
alone must stand against the Prince of Destruction and his mortal servants. He must not have the Amulet of Kings. Take the amulet, give it to Joffrey.
Joffrey?
He alone knows where to find my last son.
You notice he
Find
says alone
him
a lot?
and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
The flaws of Oblivion? Now they've locked me down so that I can't prevent.
Stranger, you chose a bad day to take on the halls of the Septums.
But you notice there's still a perfectly good Uriel right
Come with
here.
us. Your destiny is bound up with mine, and with the fate of Tamriel itself.
Are you the real Emperor? Or are you the decoy?
Come with us. Your destiny is bound up with mine, and with the fate of Tamriel itself.
We failed.
You failed.
I failed.
Right, you failed.
The Blades are sworn to protect the Emperor. Now he and all his heirs are dead.
But his decoy
The
is
amulet.
perfectly
Where's
good.
the Amulet of Kings? It wasn't on the Emperor's body.
Haven't seen it. You're not buying that? Okay, the Emperor, he gave it to me.
Strange. He saw something in you. Trusted you. They say it's the dragon blood that flows through the veins of every septim. They see more than lesser men. The Amulet of Kings is a sacred symbol of the
Isn't
Empire.
that the red dragon
Most
crown?
people think of the red dragon crown, but that's just jewelry.
Oh, okay.
The amulet has power. Only a true heir of the blood can wear it, they say. He must have given it to you for a reason. Did he say why?
Yeah, it was an engagement present. He was really, really into my eyes and tail. I tried to tell him we're different species. It would never work out, but he wanted to get married. He also told me I must take it to Jeffrey.
Joffrey?
Jeffrey.
He said that? Why?
Well, I think the Emperor was wearing a wig. I think it was pretty obvious to everybody he was wearing a wig. But despite his baldness, there is another hair.
Nothing I ever heard about. But Joffrey would be
Jeffrey.
the one to know. He's the Grand Master of my order. Although you may not think so to meet him, he lives quietly as a monk at Waynon Priory, near the city of Coral.
Near the city of Coral, gathering the ice. How do I get there?
First, you need to get out of here.
You're going to help me
Through that
escape?
door must be the entrance to the sewers, past the locked gate. That's where we were heading. It's a secret way out of the Imperial City. Or it was supposed to be secret. Here, you'll need this key for the last door into the sewers.
Notice he's just handed me a key. This is going to become, dare I say it, key to the conspiracy within just a few minutes now. Are you excited? The sewers? That's just a horrible name for a really, really nice restaurant you want me to go to, right?
There are rats and goblins down there. But
Yeah.
from what I've seen of you, I'm guessing you're an experienced pilgrim. Am I right?
You could not be more wrong. You must now choose your class. The major skills of your class will start higher than your other skills and will be easier to increase. Now, I always create a custom class. They never save it. I mean, they save it for that playthrough, but when you start a new playthrough, they don't have it. So I'm going to create a custom class. It specializes in magic. Luck and personality will be the favorite attributes. And then, like I told you, I use destruction. And I'll explain this class to you in a minute. Don't worry your pretty little head over it. So, first of all, I've got to say, that long beard, not a good idea. Or those robes when you have fire in your hands. I mean, the beard looks kind of dry. It could catch on fire. Now the fire's, coming right into your face. So that's just not a good idea. And it's going to get in the way of you pulling weapons or anything like that. But the coward class, let me explain. Most of these games, you're the hero. The story revolves around you. And you do heroic things, like you take your sword and you get into sword fights with people. Or maybe a little rusty dagger. You go toe-to-toe with them and stick into their ribs or their belly or something. I nearly always play the opposite. Thus, the coward class. Cowards stay as far apart from their enemy as they possibly can, and they lob, like, magic spells at them. If they run out of Magica, they use archery. Again, because it's flinging something at them so that you can stay as far apart from them as possible. Why is this a good idea? Well, first of all, my characters are not heroes. They're just cowards. But second of all, think about a big old orc with a war axe. He's got to get up to you to touch you with the war axe to do any damage to you whatsoever. So, if you never let him get close to you, he never does any damage to you whatsoever. Pretty clever, right? Yet you do not have to get close to him to throw a fireball in his face. You do not have to get close to him to poison an arrow and shoot it right into his eyeball. Pretty clever, huh? Yes, create coward class. What a stupid question. Now, after I've created this class that, like I said, cannot be saved for future playthroughs or anything like that, it cannot be saved. It asks me what class I want. Are you sure you want to select the class coward? Yes, I do. I was just telling everybody about it. Well, people will come along in the future. I don't know how many people are watching it right now, but people will come along in the future. By the way, I love it when they ask you about these things. I kind of want to add an extra question, and I did in one of the games I created. I thought it was so cute when a game would say, "Are you sure you want to quit?" And so I made one game where at the end of it, it just keeps asking you again and again and again until it really tires you out. So it's like, really? Quit? And you click yes, and it says, "Are you sure?" Yes. And then finally, at the end, it says, "Have you prayed about this decision?"
Really? I would never have guessed.
I know.
Still, I don't think you'll have any trouble with rats and goblins.
After the sewers, then what?
You must get the amulet to Joffrey.
Jeffrey.
Take no chances, but proceed to Wayne Priory immediately. Got it?
No, please explain more.
Take it easy. You'll be fine. I know this is a lot to take in all at once.
Yeah.
No one's more surprised than me that I'm sending an escaped prisoner off with the Amulet of Kings.
And you're not even
But
coming
the
with
Emperor
me.
trusted you for a reason, and I trust the Emperor.
He wanted to get married.
The Amulet of Kings must get to Joffrey at
Jeffrey.
Wayne Priory. He'll know what to do with it. Joffrey should know how to
Jeffrey.
find the heir the Emperor spoke of. The amulet must reach Emperor Uriel's heir so a
Hair.
new Emperor can be crowned.
You can't crown one strand of hair, dude. What's more amazing than you sending me with the fate of the Empire, this amulet at Malakim, to Joffrey, is the fact that you're not coming with me, are you? So you're letting a prisoner escape. You made me escape. You're telling me to escape. You're a real law and order kind of guy, aren't you? What about you? What will you do?
I'll stay here to guard the Emperor's body, and make sure no one follows you. You'd better get moving. May Talos guide you.
There's
By
only
the way, thanks for
one God.
recovering Captain Renault's sword. I'll see that it is given a place of honor in the halls of the Blades.
Blades. Yeah, you wouldn't want me to use it to protect myself. Gotcha. I'm looting the Emperor's body.
Come with us. Your destiny is bound up with mine, and with the fate of Tamriel itself.
Can Boris see you? Because he's not reacting to you at all. Now remember, Boris just gave us a key. So what we need to do is we need to find out what the key goes to. And that'll wrap up this little mystery and we'll be on our way. Okay? And we go back to this gate and look at that. Now he said the Emperor had to go into the side room because he, Boris, didn't have a key to this gate. Boris just gave us a key to this gate, and sure enough it opened. Boris was lying. He purposely put the Emperor in a place where the assassins could get to the Emperor and be guarded by the escaped prisoner, who had no skills. I'd say that means that Boris wanted the Emperor to die for some reason. By the way, we're just looting. And again, if we would have stayed in this area longer, there'd be a lot more of these bodies. Now, I don't know, how many you can do before the computer crashes. Because the fact that they're dead when they hit the ground, I don't think it counts in the total number of live moving actors you can have during any particular scene. But I didn't want to test it because one, it would take a lot more time, and two, if it did crash, that would just be more trouble. So Glenroy got killed. You notice that? So Boris didn't keep any fellow Blades alive. I'm the only witness. And he's trying to get rid of me, remember. He's saying, go through the sewers. I think the reason he isn't accompanying me is he expects something in the sewers to kill me. That would wipe everything up all neatly, wouldn't it? I'm the only witness to his crime, and I suddenly get wiped out in the sewers. Without any evidence that he killed me, because he's, of course, sending me to get killed by others. Just looking to see if there's any more bodies. There's another body. I always do a tally over here to see how many, because it's different every time I play. So we killed 52 would-be assassins wearing Mythic Dawn robes. 52. It's not the record. I think the most I've ever done was like 4,200 or something. But I didn't think you'd want to sit through all that. But there you go. We got the 52 robes. They would have kept showing up forever. Oh, sorry, 53. 54. My bad. So what happens in this scene, in case you ever play it, is as long as you stay out here or do not get close enough to the Emperor to start the next sequence, every time you kill off Wow, you notice how the bodies were bobbing up and down? That's funny. As soon as you kill, the ones that come into this area, just a new wave comes. And new waves keep coming, and Boris keeps saying the same nonsense, and all of that forever. So, I think we have good evidence that Boris, while he didn't kill the Emperor himself, he had the Emperor killed. What's his motive? We should get to that, too. Now, what we're going to try and do is thwart his nefarious means. We're going to pretend to be on his side and all of that, just so we can collect all the evidence and get it to the Elder Council, and hopefully have him put to death in a fairly gruesome, agonizing, painful way as possible. You open the door with Boris's key. Now, here is where you used to, if you have the DLCs, they would pop up in your face and all of that, telling you about a whole bunch of things you never heard of. So-and-so died. He left this property to you in his will. Such and such castle calls for help. There's an apparatus that the parts are missing. Gather them. Now, in the remaster, they've made it more organic. They wait until you have met certain requirements, such as being in the area of the quest or something like that, before just telling you about a quest where you wouldn't understand. If you're this character and you've never played this game before, you wouldn't understand all the things in those pop-ups anyway. So it made no sense to tell the character who's supposed to not know about these things, all of them. Oh, another, I think that's number 55. Apparently goblins are made of rat meat. Except this one, he's made of garlic. I hope that's not drinking water. Oh, and another one. 56 maybe? I'm not sure. I've lost count. I need to... Yeah, 56.